getting that over?
Well, thank you very much, Brad, for the interview. It's a very particular movie. It's about an astronaut who goes to space to find himself to live on Earth,
Pretty good.
after that. Well, for you, what's this movie all about? Because it had so many subjects on it,
Well, it's a sci-fi film as far as genre, exploration into deep space, but it's really a film about the interior exploration of oneself, particularly a man in the story, and his definition of himself, of what is connection, what is vulnerability, what is really giving yourself to another. And he ends up traveling to the far reaches of our solar system, to Neptune, to kind of crack that code.
It's a very beautiful metaphor because he goes to space to find himself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I looked at that space as just this endless abyss.
Exactly.
It's a bit of a death in a sense, and it's that, I guess, in many religions, going to that place of a near-death experience to come out with more understanding and a better appreciation for those around you, those you love, and people in general.
We don't want to give so much to the audience because it's part of the journey, but your scenes with Tommy Lee Jones, who portrays your dad, are pivotal on this story. How it went? How did you that type of scenes with him? How did you connect with the actor?
Well, Tommy Lee Jones is just one of the greats. There's a reason why he's been doing it for so many decades. I mean, he literally steps in the scene, does 2 takes, they're perfection, and we got it, and we're good. So he's a very visceral actor. So there's a lot to bounce off of.
Even in the short scenes when he's on tape, he's really so good.
Yeah, no, he's got such a gravitas that is just inherent within him.
What makes James Gray an interesting director to work with?
James Gray, still, he's to me, he's a modern version, an evolution of the 70s films that I grew up on, that I was weaned on, that I love. And so he's still got this kind of storytelling from the greats, from the Coppolas and Scorseses, and now he's getting into his own very personal stories. His first impetus for this one was, in most sci-fi films, we're dealing with aliens, and they're either very, very frightened, they're going to destroy us and eat us up, or they're very benevolent and going to give us wisdom. And he started from the premise, what if we're all alone? What if we're actually all alone? What if we're all we've got? And perhaps if that is the case, maybe our focus should be more here than looking outward in terms of escape.
The depiction of a future is very realistic in this movie. You can feel that there's a sense of certainty, that could happen. How it was to be on the set for you as an actor?
It's a good point that you just brought up, because I think in films, sci-fi films, the tendency is to really dress it up and to think in high,
things look shiny,
very crazy design and a way of life. What is it going to be? James wanted to focus on the banality of travel. Just, going to the airport, having to park your car, having to lug your luggage, having to wait in line, having to sit in a cramped seat. And his premise was, there's no reason for any of that to really change, riding on a stagecoach to sitting. It's life.
Final question. What could be your fondest memory of the shooting of this movie?
I don't know. I mean, I always like finishing.
You were happy
Yeah, because you go in, you enter a film, and you're completely submersed in the story. You wake up, you work on it all day, you go to bed thinking about the work and tomorrow's work and the work you did today, and then in your sleep you're still working it out. So I think finishing.
Man, it shows. You're great on the movie.
Oh, thanks, Oscar.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
Thanks much.